Latoya. It's your girl Toya, and we're here to talk about my journey I'm going on. But before we do, make sure you watch the first video if you haven't done so already on my page. Go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. Like, comment, and also share, please. Y'all know the whole YouTube mantra. But let's jump right into it. So today we're going to be discussing gastric bypass. A lot of people, actually no one knew I was going to get this done because I was keeping it to myself. And if you weren't my immediate family or very close friends, then you had no idea that I was even interested in something like this. Now, I'm just trying to educate everyone exactly what gastric bypass is. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of information, what I have had thus far. I haven't had the procedure. I'm just letting you know the steps that's taking me to get there. So, what is gastric bypass? It's like your stomach is the size of a football. So, pretty much they go in and make your stomach the size of a golf ball. And then they attach your smaller intestines to your new size stomach of this golf ball. The rest of your stomach that's shaped like a football stays inside of you, just in case you want to reverse it or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that's the surgery. Your recovery time is 1 to 2 days overnight or something like that. So it's not a very invasive surgery, but it is a major surgery. So that's the surgery I decided to go with. So I plan on losing a lot of weight on it, but it's not an easy thing to go through. So there is a process. When I started, I made my appointment. The first appointment was October 15th. And it was like a welcoming. They gave us this whole entire thing of paperwork and information we can take home with us. It was a lot in here, a lot to go over. The first thing they do discuss with you is insurance. Now, the reason why this is the first thing they discuss with you is because everyone's insurance is different. So every insurance company has requirements in order for you to meet that you want them to pay. Unless you're paying out of pocket, they're not going to go over this part with you. So unless you're paying like thousands of dollars on your own, then they're really just going to be like, yo, let's just schedule your surgery and you pay us. But if you are going through your insurance, there is a deductible you'll have to pay, and there are requirements. For me, my old insurance, because I did change my insurance, but my old insurance, my deductible was $3,500. So if I was to stay with that insurance the day of surgery, I would have to pay $3,500, and then my insurance will cover up the rest. Now, my insurance on top of that also had requirements that I had to do 6 months of weight loss programming. So what they wanted was documentation that for 6 months I've been trying to lose this weight, or I've been going through some like steps or something like that, things like that. And yeah, so I know some insurance, they might take like weight loss or Atkins or Jenny Craig and stuff like that, but they really want to see it come straight from your doctor, because yes, you can send them proof, but I feel like when insurance, there's always something. Like, there's always a little something. They can be like, oh, no, but this is. So I just say, you know what? I'm going to do it with my doctor for 6 months. So what my doctor did was, since he read that my insurance requires 6 months, all he said was, you know what? We can make it one appointment, one doctor's visit, once a month for 6 months. Now, with that being said, all my doctor's appointments were not in the office. Some of them were like a 20-minute Zoom call just to check in. Some of them were just like over the phone call. I did go in for some of them, things like that. So it's not like I had to go in there every single appointment. I didn't. So that was cool. It is up to your doctor. It is up to the facility. So if they have the option, just ask them to. You don't want to feel like, especially during COVID, if I don't have to leave my house, I'm not going to. And also, outside of insurance, they give you information on the different type of gastric procedures they do, being gastric bypass, gastric sleeve, and the duodenal switch. They'll explain to you which all three, how they're differ, what's the pros, what's the con, and what's their success rate. I mean, a good doctor did, my doctors did, and my nutritionist did. And then you get to decide which is best for you. Of course, your doctor over time, after seeing it, they'll suggest what they feel like best for you. But if you tell them like, this is what I feel like, they're going to align everything you need to do to align with this procedure. And me and my doctor had our discussion of, you know, the things I want, how much I want to lose versus how much I have already. And he figured that this was the best surgery for me too. So he agreed with me. Also on here, they have like a checklist. And the checklist is very easy. I'm going to say that right now. Now, I've spoken to my nutritionist. She says a lot of people don't follow checklists. This is why a lot of people don't go through with the surgery, because they don't do what they're supposed to do. Please, y'all, do y'all checklist. Like, that's all they ask you is like, do the procedures that's on there. It's a checklist. And let me just tell y'all what my checklist says. So I'm going to just give you y'all straight up and let you know how easy it is. So the first task they asked me to do, fill out a food journal for 7 days. And then email it to them. So, of course, my appointment was October 15th. That was like on a Thursday something. October 19th, started my first day. And all you're doing is literally writing down what you eat the entire day. Every day. They're not asking you to pretend like you eating salads or drinking water. If you're not doing that, don't write it. And you're going to send it off to your nutritionist. That's checkpoint number 1. My nutritionist let me know so many people don't do this step that when it comes down to the surgery day, they tell them we can't approve your surgery because you're still missing a requirement. That's the one thing you don't want to hear, is that you can't get surgery because you're missing something as childish as filling out this paper. Like, don't be that person. So make sure you do your food journal. Another thing on my checklist, this is what the checklist is actually. I'm sorry, I'm reading off of it. As you can see, it's very simple. Some things are checked next to it that I have to do. Other things I don't. So depending on your situation, your doctor might give you more. He might give you less. Everybody varies. For me, I had to do the 6 months of documentation weight loss program, which is seeing my doctors once a month. I had to do a psyche evaluation. So everyone has to do a psyche evaluation. They have to make sure that you're mentally, ready to do this procedure and you're getting it for the right reasons and things like that. So that's one of the requirements. Another one is the journal. Pre-lab works. So like pre-lab chest ray, EKG, endoscopy is one of them too. That's when they stick the camera down your throat with the little tube. Things like that. Some of your lab work you're gonna schedule yourself. Others like that endoscopy, the EGD, your surgeon will schedule for you. And with my old insurance, the co-payment was like $1,500. So just remember, with that EGD, you may get a high amount, you may have a high amount that you have to pay out of pocket, but in the end results, just think like, yo, if you really want to do this, like, this might be something you'll be able to save up to. Just do your research. So, and again, everyone's different. Everyone varies. Your insurance varies. The prices might be. Some people might not have to pay anything at all. So you never know. This is just information. This is just some of the stuff that they're going to tell you have to do. For me, that was the only thing I had to do. Of course, during the meantime, you do want to make sure that you are portioning out your meals. You're eating 3 times a day. Actually, 5 to 6 times a day, because what they're doing is they're making sure that by the time your surgery is done, you have already obtained this momentum, this way of living that it comes to second nature to you. So before your surgery, they're going to get you ready to meal prep your meals, make sure that you get all your vitamins, protein, things like that, making sure that you're not eating to just be full. It's so much that they do. That's why I like to tell people weight loss surgery, 1, is not for everybody. 2, it is not easy. It's just not, I'm going to go sit on a table and let them cut me open and then I'm going to drop the weight. It's not like that. Like, you have to get prepared for it. It's not a long process, but it takes its toll, because then eventually you do get antsy. You're just like, I wanted to hurry up and get this, I want to get it done, but there's steps you have to do, and there's a reason why a lot of time they space that out, is because they don't want you to feel like you're being rushed. So in order to prepare you to be the best you that you can be, I highly suggest, tell your doctors like, hey, I want to look for surgery down the line of this many months and stuff like that. So to get yourself ready for the lifestyle you're going to live after. Now, I am currently on my 4th to 5th visit. So the reason why I say that is this. I have a doctor's appointment sometime in February, and that's just a 20-minute Zoom call with one of my nutritionists. And then I have my last appointment, which is the appointment they give me my date. So they're going to give me my date of surgery. That's why I kind of say I'm not really counting that as my 6th appointment, but I mean, some people might. So they're going to give me that surgery date. I'm really excited for that. That one is going to be on March 5th, I want to say. But you guys, y'all know I'm going to give y'all a video. I'm going to give y'all the updates. I want to bring y'all along with me for my lab work, but because of COVID and sanitary reasons, a lot of my lab works and stuff like that, my chest rays, I can't bring you guys along, but I am going to bring you guys along for my surgery, my pre-op day, and things like that. So expect to see a whole lot. Now, I know I kind of gave just the general aspect of it because I don't want this video to be too lengthy, and I have my whole entire YouTube channel to provide you guys with more information. So before I wrap this video up, I do want to make sure that you guys take away this one thing. If you are interested in gastric bypass, the one thing I highly recommend you do is get a support system. So the reason why I say that is because, again, weight loss surgery is not easy. No surgery is easy, but weight loss surgery is not easy. It is mentally straining. It is physically draining. It's all of that. So you are going to need one person or several people that's there that, that you could kind of vent to and woosah to and feels like, they're going through this with me, things like that. So I am getting my surgery through Duke hospital. They're like, I'm pretty sure top 10 in the US medical facilities, and they have on their Facebook page, they have a support group. So if you don't have someone in your household, which fortunately I do, but I still have the support group, there's people in there who've had the procedure already, who haven't had it. There's the first day. Everyone's in there. My nutritionist, she invited me to the group and she accepted me in there. And I don't post very much, but I'm starting to. But to read what these people go through, to see how they're preparing, they give you recipes, show videos on how to get through the holidays, because holidays equals food, and you don't want to be like, oh, I feel like I'm missing out. Things like that. They help so much, where to buy stuff, things you might need. Sometimes they even post like giveaways, like, hey, I live in such and such area, and if anybody needs this much protein, I have it for free, blah, blah. So definitely check to see if your hospital has a support group, whether it be on social media or email, if you don't have someone in your home or in your life. But thank God for me, I have my mom, my dad, my sisters, my friends, and especially my grandparents who support my decision fully. And yeah, like, they're there for me. So I'm very fortunate in that end. But again, I know some people who aren't. And if you need to ask me any questions or have me to be your support team, go ahead and just make sure you leave comments for me. I'll try to answer as many as possible. And also subscribe to the channel so that you always have the updates on this journey that I'm going to, because this will not be the only video I post about the gastric bypass, but I just wanted to give some people a little bit of information, because some people were asking me, it was like, well, what's that? And also, I feel like gastric bypass is a surgery that most people don't talk about, and no one knows about it. It's like a hush-hush, like, it's like a little inside. If you know, you know. Sorry that it seems like I'm a little dry. My personality is not like this, but it's just that I recorded this video like 5 times. I done took off my lashes, my lip gloss is smeared off. It's like 12 in the morning. I'm tired, y'all. Like, I'm just off work. I'm tired. I'm tired. So I do apologize about that, but I do want to thank you guys so much for your support, from subscribing, just viewing this. If you know someone who's interested in weight loss or even gastric bypass, or have some questions, or they just don't know, make sure you send them my YouTube page. And again, it's free. So until next time, peace, love, chicken grease, all that good stuff. Y'all know the YouTube mantra as it goes again. And I hope to see you guys in my next video.